A few minutes later. At that little incident, we relocated to the kitchen. Smell of food filled the air. Despite the younger girl's easygoing attitude, always humming some cheerful melody, I found my cheeks still burning from embarrassment. To think that a girl would say such a thing. I quickly shook my head to clear the thought from my mind and turned towards the elder sister. This soup is delicious. Is Michael-chan usually the one that does cooking around here? Yay! I'm glad you like it, Takahiro. I don't usually cook, so I made a few lucky guesses. It is rather delicious, Michael-chan. Perhaps you could do more cooking from now on. It'll allow me more time to lounge around. Okay. Well, the first step to getting your wedding sash is to become a good housewife, and that includes cooking. I added this with a bit of amusement following Machiko's comment. I look around. I took another sip of the soup. For a few lucky guesses, the dish turned out pretty well. That's true. I'll learn how to clean, and I'll cook for you, and I don't know what else, but it'll be fun learning. Maiko, you should stop that. You know very well that it would be pointless for you to marry him. Only the villagers know how to craft a wedding sash, and we both know this will not happen. That's not necessarily true, Machiko-san. It only becomes ever more evident that you are not of this world, Takakun. Villagers do not tolerate our existence. They despise us. We could never ask such a favor of them. All we have to do is find some way to make the villagers accept you, but I guess I'll need to learn more about the village itself before we can do that. The pale-haired woman shook her head slowly, her ears flattened against her head as she did. It's not that simple. They would never trust us. Human and fox spirits have never been able to get along. I'm honestly surprised that you've been able to tolerate us this long. I mean, you're kind of just normal people. You just happen to have, like, weird animal parts for whatever reason. I would be happy to be proven wrong. You are free to stay here as long as you wish. Until, of course, you too grow weary of our ways and decide to leave. I mean, unless you guys start turning into cannibals. I don't know, like, what's so wrong. Hey, Sama, please don't say things like that. Takahiro wouldn't do that. Would you, Takahiro? Of course not. I wouldn't abandon someone just because they're different species. That's not the way Gushiken Takahiro does things. However, I do remember the village elder telling me that wasn't just the fox spirits. It sounds like humans and spirits everywhere have been on bad terms for a long time. Do you know why, Machiko-san? I do not recall. Much information is withheld, even from someone such as myself. Most spirits keep to themselves these days. There are a few exceptions, Suyuri being one of them. Powerful spirits come and go as they please, but they tend to remain in their world. Fox spirits, however, have no other place to go. We are stuck in the human world, for better or for worse. I didn't realize it was like that. I guess I'm finally learning stuff. Well, this Suyuri character lives in the shrine, right? We should just ask her for some ideas. No. We don't need to go see her. Absolutely not. No, I don't want to see her. I don't want to. I was somewhat taken aback by Machiko's sudden childish way of speaking. It reminded me of the time I had been told to go visit the doctor when I was younger, complaining and throwing tantrums along the way. But isn't she the only one that can help us? I refuse to go. Suyuri is a friend, and I dislike the idea of spending even a second in her presence. Fiend. Suyuri is a fiend. My mistake. She can't be that bad, can she? Besides, if anything happens, I'll protect you. Fine. If it really means that much to you, I will attempt to lead you to the shrine again, but you will enter the grounds alone. I don't want to go anywhere near that place. You will be on your own, Takakun. Can I come, Oni-chan? Oni-sama? Whatever, it's the same. Absolutely not. I forbid it. You're not to follow us under any circumstances, Mako. Fine, I'll stay here, just like you said. I'll be here, in the mansion, alone, unprotected, all by myself. Who knows what might happen to me? I could get trapped under a bookcase and die. or slip on a banana peel and die, or get bored and die of boredom. But I'd be so super duper bored sitting here all alone in a place, day in and day out. Fine, I get it. You may come along, but you must be on your best behavior, little one. No running around and no talking unless spoken to. Okay. Despite Michael's cheerfulness, I couldn't help but wonder what happened between Machiko and this Suri for her to react so strongly. I decided that maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to spend some time with the two sisters to get to know them a little better. Well, I do have 2 weeks until I have to get back to my own world, so there's no real need to rush. How about we do something else instead? I'm sure Machiko wouldn't mind the distraction. Well, the longer I get to stay away from that place, the better. How about bringing Maiko along to go fetch some desserts for us? There are oranges, apples, and a small vineyard behind the mansion. I could whip up some cream and go with it if you would like. Sure, that sounds easy enough. Let's get us some delicious fruit, Maiko-chan. Alright. As Maiko lead me towards the garden of the impressive mansion, she seems a little quiet, as though she has something on her mind. I wanted to ask her about it, but something about the way her ears sagged and her tail hung low told me that probably wasn't the best idea. I decided I would simply try to cheer her up. So, what do you prefer, Maiko-chan? Apples, grapes, or oranges? We could gather all three, but I bet you can grab a few for ourselves first. Apples, I guess. I know a fox spirit once, a friend of Ane-sama's, who loved apples. I can't remember her name, though. I guess my head's a bit hollow. Apples are awesome. Crunchy on the outside, sweet on the inside. Your head isn't hollow, silly. If that was true, I think I'd still be stuck in the jail cell. Ane-sama did most of the thinking, though. I just sort of went along with what she said. Well, someone has to take the lead. Besides, I'm still grateful for your help all the same. How about... I playfully flicked Michael's forehead with a grin. See? That doesn't sound hollow at all. I'm sure there's plenty of clever thoughts in that pretty little head of yours. Ow, meanie. Now you know I'm right, at least. Anyways, let's get those apples, shall we? Okay, I'll get them. You go grab the basket over there. Alright, let's get down to business. Feeling hyped, I went to grab one of the baskets stacked nearby and returned to Maiko, who had started climbing one of the trees. The girl looked accustomed to climbing, but her small hands had me a bit worried. Hanging from the branch with just her legs, she checked to see if the apples were ripe. Maiko, be careful, you might slip. Ow. The girl had thrown an apple at me, and while my reflexes let me catch it with ease, the force behind it still stung the palm. Of course, I did exaggerate a bit for the girl. Haha, I'll be fine, Taka-kun. I've been climbing trees all my life. Even the most experienced climbers end up running into trouble if they aren't careful. I smiled weakly at the girl's excited attitude, placing the apple I caught in the basket. You don't know what you're talking about. I'm a fox spirit. I won't fall. I'm super careful. Watch. I grab the apples near the top. Wait, Maiko-chan. Unless you can fly, I don't think you should go for those. Fly? I can't do that, silly. Taka-kun. Who has ever heard of flying fox spirit? Ah! As expected, the moment Maiko tried to reach for one of the apples near the top of the tree, the girl ended up losing her footing and tumbled down towards the ground with a loud cry. Maiko! My reflexes quickly kicked themselves into gear, trying to catch the girl before she hit the ground. Unfortunately, I didn't notice the apples scattering around the trees, and as a result, ended up tripping over them. I managed another few steps and was able to catch Maiko before I dropped to the ground. My head was throbbing once I recovered from the fall. I tried to sit up, but found myself held down by a small but substantial weight. More normal than I was expecting. Opening my eyes, I looked up to see Maiko sitting on my lap. Howie, as I tried to reach a bit too far. Thank you, Takahiro. You saved me. And you gave me a soft, well, kinda soft, kinda hard landing. What do you mean by that? Like, landing on a person isn't hard or isn't soft to begin with. But are you saying my penis is? Are we saying my penis is hard? Cause that's how hentai happens. That's how hentai happens. Michael-chan, do you mind your crushing me? Wow! Oh my gosh, Takahiro-san. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. As the young girl grew increasingly flustered, I knew I had to calm her down. Gently, I tilted my legs beneath her, and she toppled forward. Her head rested against my chest. I guess we learned that fox spirits can be pretty clumsy, or maybe that Mayako is even clumsy, or maybe that Mayako is even cuter up close than I had thought. Whoa, Takahiro, I think you're mistaking me for One-sama. Well, if I'm talking about you, I don't even have a choice. I'm just putting all the moves on all the girls. You have that innocent side to you that's really charming. I wouldn't be surprised if lots of people from the village would want to claim you as their adorable little sister once we've cleared up those misunderstandings. Yeah, it's like, those damn box spirits, but I mean they are cute. Oh, they're innocent. Well, I mean, hey, come on in. You cute, and then the hentai happens. Oh man. I'd be happy to call you my brother, Takahiro, but lots of people in that village are super mean. I just want to spend time with you and One-sama. That's fair. Brother? How about darling? Darling? I don't know if I'm ready for that. Really? I think we'd be a cute couple. A hero and a fox spirit, living happily ever after. Your sister could stay too. It'll be a harem. A harem. Or, what's that thing called in America? Polygamy? Yeah, polygamy. We could raise a little family. I mean, we already have a house, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. Any guy from my world would kill to have a pretty wife like you. So yeah, speaking of your world, why are you putting the moves on so strong and fast? Aren't we like trying to get back to your world? I can't deal with you, man. I held back a chuckle, knowing all too well that my teasing was taking effect, and yet I was so happy to see her spirits seemingly lifted. Thank you, Takani. I think Taka-kun would be better. Machiko-san's probably wouldn't like another sibling, but I'm glad you cheered up. You didn't seem happy earlier. The way your tail and ears were hanging low reminded me of a scolded puppy. Huh? Oh, right. I was thinking is all. You know about the spell I wanted to try? The one that needs the silken wedding undies? The silken wedding undies. I mean, those exist. I'm sure. Wedding sash. It's kind of like a belt that the bride wears during the wedding ceremony. I doubt any spell involving panties would be a good idea to cast. I mean, I haven't seen any spells involving panties, so what do I know? Oh, I thought it was like wedding undies that you wear on your wedding night. Anyways, the spell, I don't know why, but I've wanted to try it out for a little while now. And well, it's a gate spell, not like those temporary ones. Those are easy to make. A permanent one, like a portal to a different place. Sounds interesting, but are you sure it's safe? Silly Takani, that's not the point. This spell, it may be able to help you. Well, that's good and all. I prefer not ending up in the middle of a sea or a live volcano. I think we should be a bit careful with your magic. I'm a good mage. That's what Harry said when he told Atlantis he had a solution for their water shortage. Huh? What's Atlantis? Oh, forget judo. Let me tell you about Atlantis. It's a city with high ambition. The city with high ambitions, sunk into the deep due to poor management. Anyways, I think it's best if we get an expert's opinion before we try anything. We're going to visit this Tsuyuri anyways, so maybe she'll be able to tell us if your spell will get me home. What? But Su-chan told me I shouldn't use magic at all. She said it was only for her to use or something. Maybe she had a reason for saying that, like maybe, I don't know, do spells have side effects? I don't know, we didn't stay long enough for that melted lock to have side effects, so who knows. You're just like One-sama. She forbid me too. But but I showed her that spell could be helpful, that I could control them, so she let me do more research. I'm not gonna throw a spell around like they're nothing. I'm not a dumb little kid. I'm not gonna do anything. Besides, you seem old enough to take care of yourself. Not that I know how old someone like you might be, but beware of the dark side of magic. In most stories, magic usually comes with a price. Like, what would you do if magic gave you a terrible tummy ache, or headache, or worse, diarrhea? Then you'd better prepare a gay spell to the nearest bathroom. I do get headaches, but those aren't really all that big of a deal. And I get to do a lot of things for Oni-chan. I'm not going to change that ever, so there. I already said I wasn't gonna make you do anything. However, what do you need to change is the fact that you're straddling me, and you're rather close, so I'd appreciate it if you could get off. Aw, but you're so warm and soft. I could just curl up and sleep on you. Well, wait, no, don't fall asleep. Yeah, just kidding. I wouldn't do something like that out here. Maybe tonight, though. It's only fair since the only time I got to do it. But more importantly, dessert. We need to get back inside. Only-san was probably wondering what's taking so long. I couldn't really argue with the girl's impeccable logic. With a smile, I helped the girl to her feet and gathered a few fallen apples into the basket. We returned to Machiko and enjoyed our dessert together. It wasn't too long after that Meiko started to feel sleepy, so Machiko took her to bed, wishing me a good night. I'm spending way more time with the Fox girls than I thought I would. Again. I woke the next morning to the sun filtering through the wooden blinds. Yawning loudly, the girls had very graciously given me an entire room to myself, and it was clearly a lot bigger than my room back home. It was still early in the morning, likely a bit before breakfast. I decided to spend a short moment to gather my thoughts. It was clear that in order to learn more about my situation, I would need to pay a visit to that shrine. Maybe I could even find the answers to some other questions that had been lingering in the back of my mind for a while. The fact that Machiko seemed surprisingly nervous at the mention of Suyuri's name made me wonder about the relationship. What could possibly have happened between that could make Machiko react like that? The apparent hostility between the villagers and the fox parents was another issue altogether. Of course, I couldn't forget about the fact that I need to find a way home as well. Just as I finished gathering my thoughts, Maiko's voice resounded from the downstairs. Takani, breakfast is ready. Did you go get One-sama? Sure, we'll be right there. I quickly made my way out of the room, finding myself within one of the corridors of the mansion. Once outside, it didn't take long for me to find Machiko wandering down the corridor. Her lips curved into a smile when she saw me. No need to look for me, Taka-kun. Michael's voice reached me loud and clear. Good morning, Machiko-san. Did you sleep well? It was a decent sleep, although perhaps a bit lonely. However, you seem to be getting along with my little sister, Taka-ni, was it? Perhaps I should consider you my rival in the quest for the heart of our dear Maiko-chan. Heh, she seems to like it. I guess I'll be stuck with that name for a while. Oh, it's not to your liking? Well, perhaps would you prefer Darling instead? Man, she was there the whole time, wasn't she? Watching, listening. Oh, I know your type. I know you. Oh. You were watching us? Indeed. It was taking you both such a long time, I grew rather curious. And snuck out. But I didn't see you at all. Well, I am a fox spirit. Hiding myself from humans is like playing hide and seek with a child. Then why didn't you use your hiding skills to hide from the guards? Now that you mention it, the thought never occurred to me. Hehe. Well, it certainly was fun getting chased by them. Unfortunately, Meiko does not have the best control over her change. She is far too excitable and is unable to maintain the illusion. It is her one magical blind spot. I'm sure it wouldn't have been fun if Tsundere Tyrant had caught you both. That certainly would have been an unpleasant experience. Then again, I'm sure you would have ended up saving me, wouldn't you, Taka-kun? I noticed a sudden change in Machiko's voice as the sweet, sugar-coated words caused my cheeks to flush red. I really wasn't any good with dealing with this girl's flirty attitude. I like it. I like her flirty attitude. Stepping backwards, I turned towards the stairs at the end of the corridor and replied in a hurried tone. Maiko-chan is waiting for us. And with that, I rushed towards the kitchen with Machiko giggling behind me as she followed. Ah, good morning both of you. I fixed up some eggs and toast for you. There's some oranges as well. Ah, wonderful. Thank you, little one. You are getting better at this. To wake up knowing a pretty girl made me breakfast, it's good to be alive. Perhaps you enjoy having one rested by your side as well. That's a bit overkill, especially considering conditions are set, girl. I recall the sight of Machiko sleeping yesterday. My cheeks immediately grew red. I quietly sat down at the table trying to distract myself by changing the subject. So thanks to you two, I learned a little bit about this world. How about I return the favor and talk about mine? Do you have anything you want to ask? Ooh, I want to know. What are the spirits like in your world? Spirits, you say? I thought about her question for a moment before I replied with the sharpest grin. Well, in my world, spirits only exist in folktales. They appear in stories, and certain religions even worship them. But it's not like we got them running around like they do in this world. Folktales? Worship? Your world is strange, Taka-kun. Aw, that's kind of boring. What about your life? Are you a defender of your village? You said something about judo before. What is that? Oh, you mean judo. Well, in my world, you go to this place called school. It's basically a place of knowledge where you learn a lot of things before you've considered an adult in our society. But in my world, the defenders are known as the police. They keep things peaceful and such. I'm just a student. I guess you could say that I'm studying to become a defender. Not just of my village, but of my whole country. It's a bit exaggerated, but I mean, it's still nice to call myself a defender. It's, yeah, exaggerated, but it's not like it's a lie. Not 100%. Ah! Yeah, that sounds weird. It's the police, like the army or something, defending the whole nation? Your word is very strange. Ma, I wouldn't call it strange, Machiko. In this world, it's this world that's weird, but no, the police is like the guard of the village. We do have an actual army that defends the country, though. Either way, your world sounds like fun, especially if everyone's like you. Anyways, Oh, no, dang it! The oranges all have worms in them. Ew, One-sama. Do you forget to check them again? Oh, how terrible. I must have been overcome with fatigue and never gotten around to checking them properly. Ugh. Big old lazy meanie. I'll just have to go and get some apples instead. As Machiko went outside to grab some apples, my eyes drifted towards Machiko, who was observing me with a content smile, clearly pleased with something. You bitch. You did this on purpose. You gave your sister worms so you could have some alone time with a fucking foreigner. Oh, I guess you're just happy. It's such a relief to see her in such a good mood. It's been a tough few months, I must admit. She's been upset that her medical skills have not been progressing as fast as they once did. We all have our ups and downs, especially when it comes to studying. I still remember how I used to dread exams, so little time for my judo. It made me rather sad at times. That does sound really stressful. Tell me, Taku, what is it that you study? I'm intrigued by this school notion. Well, my situation is a bit different from most. While I go to school like everyone else, I actually aim to become an athlete. To explain it in a way you'd understand, an athlete is someone who practices a certain sport, and those who are among the best end up representing their country. I have an upcoming tournament that will decide whether or not I will be able to represent my country in judo. I think I understand. Your focus is on your strength, while still gathering knowledge to allow yourself a multitude of options. An interesting method. I should thank you. I guess you could say it like that, but why thank me? I believe that your sudden appearance in our world has had a lot to do with Mayako's newfound joy. I can hear her singing, something I have not heard in weeks. It warms my heart to see her so overjoyed, and I believe it's because of you. Thank you, Taka-kun. I doubt that's the only reason, but you're welcome. I smiled bashfully at Machiko before continuing. Then again, I should also thank you for busting my rear out of jail. I don't want to think about what I've been doing if I was still in the care of that tsundere tyrant. Haha, you're most welcome, but please, do not be so hard on Mayo-chan. There are many things here beyond her control. Perhaps it is out of our hands for now. I still wish to thank you, Taka-kun. I've been wondering how I might repay you for bringing such joy to Mayako-chan. Repay me? For a moment, my thoughts drifted towards a certain idea, but my cheeks quickly turned scarlet red at the thought. I couldn't ask for something like that. I'm not sure I have anything in mind. I think your smile is enough. You're a true gentleman, Taka-kun. It's a shame, though. I was thinking of such naughty things, too. Ah! Of course you were. The fox spirit giggled to herself as she turned towards the garden, watching Mayako struggle to descend from one of the trees with an armful of apples. Mayako-chan. There are only 3 of us. It really does not count for a 4th person. Speaking of a 4th person, it sounds like you two used to talk a lot with the spirit at the shrine. Why do you get so nervous whenever this Tsuyuri's involved? Yeah, that's not important. Oh, is that a giant bird carrying the seed of the world tree? Or maybe it is. I should go in. Ah, Tsuyuri Dono, thanks for visiting us today. Majiko-san is right over here. Tsuyuri, no, I'm sorry. I have just been terribly busy. Please forgive me, Tsuyuri-sama. Whoa, to think you'd get that flustered. Is she that amazing of a person? You understand, it's complicated. There are certain skills that I, as a fox spirit, possess. Subtle way of talking or acting that influences how people perceive me. There are, suppose they would be considered social skills, but for spirits, Tsuyuri is capable of completely negating these, and it leaves me feeling rather nervous and helpless. I see, so basically she's immune to your flirting. Whoa! Connecting the knots in my mind, I planted the palm of my hand against my forehead. Now I get it, you're afraid of approaching her because this Tsuyuri is a bigger flirt than you, but if she's flirting with you, oh I see, you swing that way. For some reason, I suddenly felt rather disappointed. I mean, hey, it cuts down our options. I don't know, it seems like, I don't know. Fucking flirting all the time. But you already have someone you like. Get out of here, leave me alone. No, that's not true. Well, maybe. I mean, she has an overpowering presence, and it does not allow me to properly, do my thing. I'm not sure what you mean by swinging, however. It, means that you know, like girls? Oh, really? Well, how about we forget about Tsuyuri for now, and I show you exactly which way I do swing, Taka-kun. Man, no. Get out of here with your fucking flirtatious bullshit. God damn. That won't be necessary. But she must be quite a challenge to deal with, considering. I briefly lowered my voice to a whisper. You're already a handful to deal with once you start your teasing. Hahaha, you are perhaps less the gentleman than I thought you to be, Taka-kun. What am I then? A lovable rogue, perhaps? Or maybe you see yourself more of a hero type. Fuck. She's smart. Machiko's smart. Of course I'm the hero. Perverted one, but a hero nonetheless. Ane-sama, Takani. Welcome back, Maiko. How did the hunt for the golden apple go? Heh, no golden ones, but I got a load of good ones. Even ones that shaped like a heart. You can have that one, Takani. An apple shaped like a heart? Interesting. Does this mean you're confessing your love to me by giving me this? Maybe I am. I seriously think Ichikawa would kill me if he saw me in my current situation. Why, thank you, fair lady. I shall savor every moment of this sweet flavor. Maiko, how could you betray your love of me, your one and only sister? Did our time together mean nothing? Oh my. But I love you too, One-sama. I found a super big apple for you. Polygamy at its finest. Well, we better hurry up. We're gonna go see Su-chan. Wait, what? Thought we would at least need to ask for her permission and wait till she grew bored enough to reply. I know, but when I was picking apples, I found one of her tiny familiars. She said she wanted to see us today. Shit, damn. Well, alright. Oh, poopy.